everybody, welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl. This is my channel, Tranquil Stitches. Today is Thursday, April 4th, 2019, and this is my FlossTube episode 51. I hope everybody's having a good week. I hope you're healthy, happy. I hope everything's going your way. Thank you to my new subscribers for coming and hanging out with me, and if you're returning, welcome back. Happy to have you here with me. So I've had a pretty eventful week. Lots of things going on. Busy. But I wanted to take a few minutes to spend with you today and talk to you a little bit about what I've been doing and what I've been up to. Monday, my husband and I decided to go to North Carolina to watch my stepson play in his golf match. He was playing 18 holes. He's a senior this year, so this is the last golf season that we'll have. He's the last of our brood, so it's kind of bittersweet. So we wanted to catch at least a couple of his matches, you know, before the season was over. So my sister's never been on a golf course and she's never been on a golf cart. So I decided to invite her to go along with us. I thought maybe she'd enjoy that and get out of the house a little bit. So she went with us and we went down and watched him play. He played a very good game, and his school placed 4th of 8 teams. So not too bad. So we had a lot of fun. I have to tell you though, my little story time. My sister practically cut her teeth on a four-wheeler. I mean, she's been on a four-wheeler her entire life, and they actually own a side-by-side. So she's very familiar with that kind of transportation, but she's never been on a golf cart. So I drove the first 4 or 5 holes, and then I asked her if she wanted to drive. So she scooched over, and she did really well. She kept it on the path, and she did well until it was time to back up. So we were at one hole. They were putting the green, so the tee for the next hole was right next to us. Well, we happened to be in the sight of that next tee, so we had to move out of the way. In order to move, she had pinned us in between some carts, so in order to move, we had to back up. In a golf cart, the reverse is a little button under the seat. So we told her where the button was. She pushed the button, and, you know, here we go. You know, greenhorn all day. It was like, you know, it's lucky I don't have whiplash. But she backed up, and then she went to push the button again to go forward again. Well, a golf cart, if it's kind of lurching forward, it will beep at you to let you know that you're moving. Because if you hop out of your golf cart and you don't lock that brake down, it can move. So it beeps. So she's trying to figure out how to stop that beeping, and we're trying to tell her. My husband is walking over because we had 2 carts. We all three couldn't fit on one cart. So he was walking over to try to tell her how to stop it from beeping. Well, in the meantime, I'm trying to tell her, everybody, and she's getting flustered, okay? And I look up and I realize that the lake is 3 foot in front of me. The lake is like right there. It's like right there. So, you know, mom brain kicks in, because, you know, if you're a mom, you anticipate, you think ahead to what could happen, right? I mean, that's just what we do. Well, my brain starts thinking forward, and I see that lake, and I see her struggling to try to get this cart back under control. So we're kind of, you know, lurching forward just very slowly, but we're going forward, and she's trying to figure it out, and she's like hitting pedals, and they're not, you know. So I look ahead and I see that lake, and it's like coming towards me. My eyes are like this big. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do to get her to push the brake, because, you know, this is all happening in like a split second. So my mom brain kicks in, and I'm thinking, how am I going to bail out of this golf cart before I hit that water? That's, you know, I was like, Lord Jesus, I'm gonna end up in the lake right now. That, you know, 5,000 thoughts in a split second go through my head about, first, how can I bail to get in, and what am I going to do with wet clothes? It was cold. it was cold on that course because the wind was blowing, and especially in the shade, you know, it was really cold. We had a blanket over us, and, you know, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to freeze to death. I'm going to get wet, and I'm going to freeze. I'm going to catch pneumonia. You know, I'm going to die. I mean, that all just went through my head in a split second because I couldn't figure out how I was going to get out of the seat because it's got a little armrest, you know, there on the edge of the seat. So you have to kind of go up and out. And I was thinking, I can't just roll out. Okay, all this going through my head. In the meantime, she decides that the brake's not working, so she's going to floor it. So she hits that gas pedal. We go forward, and all that lake was just, and I you know, so at the last second, she finally figured out that she needed to lock the brake. So she smashed that, I mean, put her foot on that brake. We jolt like this, you know. My husband, as soon as we got stopped, all I heard was he busted out laughing. Everybody turns around and looks at him because they don't understand. She's never been on a golf cart, much less driven one before. So nobody understands what's going on. He's laughing. I looked at her, she looked at me, and we both lost it. We just absolutely lost it. I could not see I was laughing so hard. I had tears rolling out of my face. You know, a golf cart, it's like a library. You're supposed to be quiet, right? You're supposed to be quiet. You can take the girl out of the holler, but you can't take the holler out of the girl. I mean, we were laughing our tails off. Like to never got calmed back down. And in the meantime, these boys are trying to tee off, you know, and we're sitting there like idiots laughing, you know. It was hysterical. You know, memories. She will never live that down. I teased her about that the entire way home. The entire way home. I told her, I said, never again. Never again. And I said, you think I'm going to get on a four-wheeler with you after that debacle with a golf cart? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. You know, sisters, we just, it was a really memorable time. We had a good time. So that was my adventure. I didn't go swimming. I didn't catch pneumonia. I didn't die. I'm here, and she is experienced now in driving a golf cart. She wants one. She told her husband, she said, I want a golf cart. It's like, go on with yourself, cousin. But anyway, that was my adventure. On the way back, we did a little thrifting, and I wanted to show you what I found. I found lots of good treasures, and I wanted to show you this one. Look what I found. Now it needs some love. It's been abused. It's a little 2 feet here, but no feet here. So I don't really know what happened, but love its heart. It's lost 2 of its feet. But this opens up in this little drawer. I haven't cleaned it up yet. And also in this gap, there's supposed to be a handle. And this one doesn't have the handle there. But, you know, it's old. It's these little drawers accordion out like this. And then these 2 little doors open up. So there's lots of storage in there for your notions. And isn't that wonderful? Hopefully next week I'll have something to show you that's kind of related to this. But I've been working on that, so it's pretty exciting. But I love this little thing. So cool. And I never, you know, I've always been attracted to needlework and handwork, and not so much sewing machine items, but now I like the sewing machine items as well. The spools and the wooden spools and the, yeah. So I'm excited to have found that little treasure. So let's get on to some stitching, shall we? I have finished. I've been working. My March Daily 30 was Little House Needleworks Chocolate Shop. 30 minutes a day. So I finished this one. I am loving it. There's my finish. I've come a long way with this one since you saw it last. Let me show you where I was. That's where I was the last time you saw it. So I put some Krynic in these little stitches here. These little confetti stitches are Krynic, so they sparkle. Of course, you can't see it. And then I put the Krynic in the little buds up here, which also sparkle. Can't see the sparkle, but it does. So that's my finish. Number 8 for the year. Number 8, Good with Grease. So I adore this one. I've had that in my stash for so long, and it feels good to, you know, I've stitched it. I finally stitched it. So now I started my new Daily 30. This is Bunnies and Tulips from Abby Rose Designs. This is the one that Gail sent doubles of. This is one of them, and when I saw it, you know, she's done that to me twice now. You know, I have a plan and I know what I'm doing, and then she derails me. But hey, could it be any better though? I'm doing this one. Oh, Bunny's adorable too. So I did get a little start on this one. I did start it on the first on the way to North Carolina, but I've tried several times to see if it's changed, but I cannot stitch and ride in a car. I get sick. I get car sick. I've always gotten car sick, and it's just the looking down makes me sick, so I can't do it. But I did get a start on it. I've not did my 30 minutes today yet, but there's where I am. So I'm excited about that. Now, very few times in the alphabet does the S come before the M, and in this one it does. The S is here and the M is here. So I'm going to do the S and the M in probably pink. So that'll be my initials. So very, very seldom does that happen. So it worked out really well. I had the M stitched, and then I thought about that, so I frogged it out. But there's my start. I'm excited about this one. I've had to do a couple minor color changes because I didn't have the pinks that it calls for, and my tin roof, which this little blue here and this part over here is tin roof, but the skein I have is more gray. So I found a real pretty baby blue to use there. So I've made just a couple changes, but it's just so cute, so cute. Now, if you'll remember last week, she sent me 2 of these, and I had said that if you tell me what your favorite spring flower is, you'll go into a drawing for this. And the winner of this is Karen's Keepsakes. Karen, if you'll email me, my email's below, send me your address, and I'll be happy to get this chart to you. Thank you, everyone, for answering the question. And Karen said that she likes lilacs. She said her neighbor has some lilac bushes, and when the breeze blows, it blows it over to her yard and her house, and she really enjoys smelling them. And she's right, that it just doesn't last long enough. They don't last. They come and go. They're like azaleas. Two good weeks and they're gone. But so Karen, you've won this chart. Now, for the rest of you, if you're interested in stitching this chart, Rochelle has them in stock at the Cottage Needle on Etsy. And if you want to pick one up from her or anywhere else, your favorite ONS or your LNS, and stitch with me, let me know. Let me know you're stitching with me. I'm doing it 30 minutes a day. It's not going to take the whole month to stitch this one. So I'm picking out another small project to replace it when it's done. It's not going to take all month. But I just want this one done. It's beautiful. I've got some chenille. So I think I'm going to finish it like that. So very happy with that. Thank you, Gail. Thank you again for sharing with me and with Karen. Okay. School of Magical Stitches and Literature. Whew. Lots and lots of good stuff. well, I stitched on 2 main whips this past week. So last week's homework was, the theme was dealing with boggarts, and boggarts are an entity where if you look at them, they take the form of your worst fear. And in order to dispel them, you have to use a ridiculous charm. I think that's hilarious, a ridiculous charm. And you have to think of something happy and use that charm, and then that boggart will change into something that makes you happy, something funny, something whimsical, that it takes the fear away. So we had to stitch on 500 stitches on something scary and 500 stitches on something happy. So for the scary, I of course worked on my Raise the Roof, Sleepy Hollow, because you know, a headless horseman, it's not exactly. So there it is. Now I wanted to tell you, if you've never paid any attention to these Raise the Roof leaflets, Teresa's personality shines so much in this leaflet. I'm not really that familiar with Susie Reno, who was her partner in crime for Raise the Roof. But after watching Teresa's videos, I can see her in this. Okay, first of all, it's Raise the Roof. So the chimney's up here because they've raised the roof, right? So one of the girls has the R and one of them has the F in their hand, and little house, and down here it says, one more chart won't hurt, buy this, come on. Okay, nice and sweet and happy, right? Well, if you turn this around, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. First of all, the roof is a picture frame for this picture, right? And there's the chimney, which is peeking out here. Down here, lots of stuff going on. One of them has stuck a kick me sign on the other one. You've got a spider web. You've got a lawnmower back here. You've got a sprinkler. But the best part, toilet paper hanging on her shoe. What do you say? What do you say? That is hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. But anyway, Sleepy Hollow. 500 stitches in something scary. And let me show you where I was last time you saw it. And then after 504 stitches, here it is now. I got the bridge finished. So this one is coming together. I had to highlight, make a working copy and highlight. Usually I'm pretty good with following, but not with this one. There's so much going on in it. So I'm excited to make that much progress on that one. Now, 500 stitches on something that makes me happy. Christmas makes me happy. And this is Blessings Be Thine by Blackbird Designs. Both of these were Mania starts for me last year. Blessings Be Thine. Now, my target for April was to finish this one. I wanted to start Stitch Mania this year carrying only 3 over from last year, because that's 3 slots that I don't get a new start, because I'm doing 16 new starts, one every other day. So I really wanted to go into Mania with just 3. So because of School of Magical Stitches and Literature, and because you can make your current whips work really well with a lot of the assignments, and that's why I like it. It challenges me to work on what I wanted to work on to begin with. Some things I hadn't planned on working on, but they've not been a detriment, you know, as far as what my plans were for this year. So let me show you where I was the last time you saw this one. Now, I have put in 525 stitches for something that makes me happy. There was a pop-up challenge for Christmas break, and we had to stitch on something Christmassy or wintry, so it fit into that. And if we had 48 hours last weekend, and if we stitched 600 stitches in it, then we got a present. We didn't know what the present was, but we just put the stitches in, and then later we found out that the present was 10 points. So I managed to get another 653 stitches in for that, and I earned 10 more points for Ravenclaw. This week's homework, one of the prompts, there were 3, is something that went off course, and I'll tell you about that. But I put 304 more stitches in for that. And then one of the other prompts for the week, there were 3, so something that went off course, and another one was something that was put 300 stitches in something that was 75% completed. I didn't have anything. So I'm taking the penalty stitches and I'm stitching 600 more into this. So all told, this piece will have 2,082 stitches because I'm halfway through that last 600 penalty stitches. So let me show you where I am on this. You saw where it was, and that's where I am. I've got 300 more stitches to put in for the 600 penalty stitches. And the irony is, then it will be 75% complete. It's too late then. So the off course, I ran out of this green. I put this entire skein of this green in here and these leaves around this wreath. I got to this leaf, I started up here and I worked down, and when I got right here, I found out I was a half a stitch off. It didn't line up with the break in the stem here. So if I'd have ripped it out, I would have used off the rest of the green thread that I had, and I wanted this leaf to be the same color as these leaves. So I couldn't. So I had to fudge it. So it went off course because I had to fudge it. And the second way it went off course is I ran out of the green, which was not intended. So I had to substitute another green. I found one, this vine here is a different color green, but it's close, so it's going to work. So that was how I was able to use that for that assignment. It went off course. So I just have the rest of the alphabet to do and a few more beads and bubbles over here. I mean, a few more leaves and berries, and then this part here, and then this corner piece, and I'll be done. This was supposed to take me, and if I hadn't found the group, this would have taken me all of April to finish. But I think, actually, I'm going to be able to finish this one and Sleepy Hollow. And then I'll be going into Mania with only 2 carryovers, Hocus Pocus and Lantern Lane. So if that happens, I'm going to be extremely happy. So there I am on Blessings Be Thine. I may have another finish next week. I think I've had one a few weeks in a row. Happy stuff. So if you're interested in joining the group, like I said, you don't have to be a Harry Potter fanatic to join, because I'm definitely not. A lot of people laugh at me. Wendy laughs at me because I don't know what in the world I'm doing. I'm just stitching. And Heather, Link is my homeboy, she gets a kick out of it. She said on her last video, she mentioned me, and she said she has no idea what she's doing, but she's having fun with it. So that's true. That's true. So anyway, lots of fun. So those are my whips for the week. Now, let me see where we are in my notes. Oh, Victoria. Wendy and I conned Victoria last week in our virtual chat that we have. We conned her into joining, and she's a Hufflepuff. She's a Hufflepuff. Wendy's a Gryffindor, and I'm a Ravenclaw. So we're each represented. Okay, let's see. Turn the page. Okay, I had mentioned that cottage needle, Rochelle has these. I also have another cottage needle update. First of all, Rochelle would like me to extend her appreciation to everybody for their patience. When she came back from market, she had lots of orders to fill, and between her husband's chemo and radiation and trying to get the orders filled and getting things sorted out, she got caught up, and she really appreciates everybody's patience. And a lot of you were very supportive of her, and you know, she appreciates it, and I appreciate it. She's my friend, and we had a wonderful time at market, and the fact that you all supported her and indirectly supported me with my trip, you know, being able to go with her and help her, it was very heartwarming. So thank you so much from Rochelle and from me. Now, I have a very exciting announcement. I am stitching Elizabeth Weston. I mentioned this. I'm going to start it January 1st. This beauty right here. I'm going to start that. It's a Hands Across the Sea, Elizabeth Weston. Now, Rochelle has decided she's going to start her with me. So, if any of you are interested in stitching her, Rochelle has a new offer from her shop. She is doing a subscription for the Alvera Soie silks to stitch Elizabeth with. Princess floss is what Carolyn at Stash Sisters calls silks. So Miss Rochelle has the princess floss that is called for to stitch Elizabeth. Between now and August, you can order 7 skeins a month of the silks and pay for it and stretch it out so that you're not putting all of that money out at once. You can order, she does have all the flosses for Elizabeth in stock, but you can order them all at once, or you can stretch it out. Now that's what I'm doing because she's a big girl and she's absolutely gorgeous and she deserves silks. And that's, you know, to me, that's totally me, totally my opinion. She deserves it. Rochelle also has the Wild Honey 37 count linen that Nicola recommended would be a good linen for Elizabeth. So she also has that in stock if you're interested. So 5 months, 7 skeins a month. August will be 6 skeins because that'll finish it up. And if you're interested, I will link that below, and you can follow that link right to the silks. And then if you scroll down, there are the other supplies, the chart, the fabric, everything's down there, and that you can find it from that listing. So exciting. So if anybody is interested in picking up your supplies between now and January 1st and joining us, we would love to have you stitch along with us on Elizabeth. I know some people have her, Leslie Hurley has her, and she's starting her now. And so we'll be able to watch her progress, but I'm very excited to start her January 1st. I think that I'm trying my best to finish up a lot of things this year so that I'll start 2020 off pretty fresh and, you know, as far as whips go. So she's going to take center stage for me next year. So I'm excited about that. So if you want to stitch along with us, let us know. And we'll have a lot of fun. We had a bingo winner last week. Congratulations to Kimberly Timmons. Kimberly was the first person to email tranquilstitchesbingo@gmail.com to Virginia, and she checked her words. She was the first one to have all 15 words correctly. So the 3 words that were still in the box were candlelight, courting, and flirt. And I got so tickled that some of you said that you still needed 1 word. And out of all those words, the 3 that were left in there was one of your words. That's just craziness. But congratulations, Kimberly. She's already received her gift certificate to the Cottage Needle, and I was happy to provide her with that so she could do a little shopping. Now, the next round starts the 9th. I will be back with a FlossTube on the 9th, which is my first FlossTube anniversary. And we will kick off the FlossTube bingo on that day. So if you've not gotten your words in yet, be sure and do that before my next video, because once I record it, the entries will be stopped. So Virginia says there's quite a few more people participating, which makes me very happy. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. So be sure and check out my last video for details on that, on how to join, and come play with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, I have these 3 charts that I had a past giveaway for. This was a Spread the Love. You got to choose 2 of them, and then the 3rd one you send to a friend. Carla Roberts. Carla, I haven't heard from you, honey. I need your address so that I can send 2 of these to you, and I need to know instructions to send the 3rd one to a friend. So if I don't hear from you in a week, well, by my next video, I will redraw for these. So Carla Roberts. Okay, speaking of next week and the FlossTubeversary celebration, I have some things I'm going to share with you. Well, I tell you what. Let me do my haul first. My retail therapy. Now, I am gathering up this year some older charts that I've been wanting for quite a while. And I found this past week, one of them that I have wanted for years and years. And I am so excited to finally have it in my hands. I'm so excited. So P. Buckley Moss is one of my favorite artists, and she actually has a gallery / museum in Waynesboro, and it's right there near the cross stitch station, and I've not been there. So I really want to go there and go through that, because I really just, I adore her artwork. So I was able to find one of her charts that I've been looking for. They're June Grigg charts. They're based on the artwork of P. Buckley Moss. But I did, and I got an extra chart that I really liked as well, but I'll show you that one first. This one is Christmas Carol. Isn't that sweet? I adore that. But the chart that I've been wanting, and I am sure that if you've been stitching for a while, I'm sure you will recognize this chart. It's very hard to find now. You can find it every now and then. One of my unicorn charts. This is P. Buckley Moss Cinders. Look at him. I can't even. $1988. Late 90s, this chart was very highly sought after. Everybody wanted cinders. And I'm so excited to have him. Next year I'll be stitching him. I can't stitch him this year because I'm stitching from stash. Well, other than Abby Rose, you know. But yeah, next year he's happening. So excited. Next year is shaping up to be a pretty good year. Also, I am a fan of Charles Wysocki. I have been a fan for a long time. These I already had in my stash. This is book 1, These are dated 1985. This is my hometown. Now these are also pretty hard to find. Dimensions does a lot of kits from Charles Wysocki, but these are actual leaflets. There he is. So that's book 1, My Hometown. Book 2 is Town and Country. It's also dated. It says all rights reserved 1985. Now I'm not really sure when these leaflets were released because they all say 1985, and I doubt they came out in the same year. I'm not really sure. This is Town and Country. There's town, and there's country. Love, adore, happy. I found an eBay auction that had book 3. So I was able to get book 3 for my collection. This is harvest time. Look at that corn. Look. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, right back. Sorry about that. Something backfired outside, and Penny, if something, if somebody shoots a gun or something backfires or thunder or anything like that, she goes absolutely ballistic. So I had to let her in. She was scared. So anyway, back to the Charles Wysocki charts. I found the third one to go with my collection, but in that same auction, they actually had all 3 of them. So I got another book 1 and another book 2. Now, all 3 of these have something going on with them. See these holes? These are actually holes. I don't know what in the world somebody has done. It looks like they've went over them with a rotary cutter. I don't know what happened, but they're all like that. So, it doesn't affect the charts, though, at all. At all. It doesn't affect the charts. So, what I would like to do is share book 1 and book 2. Now, you have to remember they've got that little scoring on them. But the charts are fine. They're original charts from 1985. It doesn't even feel like it went all the way through the cardstock. I don't know. But these will go as one drawing. Book 1 and book 2. These are hard to find. So what I'd like you to do, and I have one other chart that I'm going to have a drawing for, but these 2 go together. So let me go ahead and show you the other chart that I'm offering. This is Judith Kirby, house number 9, the Halloween house. 1 of 2, 1989. This is also hard to find. There is a guy on eBay that has several of them, which makes me very skeptical. But I got this one in a lot that had several other charts in it, so I did not get it from him. But this is house number 9 from Judith Kirby. I'm also going to share this with someone. So I've got 3 pretty hard to find leaflets here. So what I would like you to do, if you're interested in the Charles Wysocki or the Judith Kirby, I would like you to tell me how you found me. Now, this is my 1-year FlossTube anniversary coming up, and I know some of you have been with me from the beginning, and I appreciate every one of you. Whether you're just now coming to visit with me or if you've been visiting with me for a year, I appreciate every one of you, all of your comments, all of your likes, your dislikes, your subscribing. I appreciate every one of you. I want to know how you found me. Was it a recommended video on your YouTube? Was it a shout out from someone? Do you remember how you found me? Tell me how you found me. And what I'd like you to do is tell me how you found me and then say Charles Wysocki if you are interested in these 2. Or tell me how you found me and say Judith Kirby if you're interested in this one. Or tell me how you found me and say both. and I'll enter you for both. So now, don't say giveaway, be 18 so you can give me your address. Don't say drawing, you know, don't, all the general rules apply. And please, please, do not get these so you can sell them. Get these because you want to stitch them. Okay? So, there's my FlossTube anniversary drawings, in addition to the FlossTube Bingo that starts next week. Okay, what else? Did that. Okay, let me show you something. My friend Sandra emailed me after watching my video where I showed my Judith Kirby and my Debbie Patrick Victorians, and she said, I have a stitched Victorian that I've carried around with me for quite a while, and I'm not going to do anything with it, and I would like it to go to a new home, if you would be interested in adopting it. Well, absolutely, because I love the Victorians, and I've got 2 houses with 2 walls to decorate, and I would really like to put that kind of thing on the walls at Peggy's for everybody to enjoy. So she graciously decided to rehome this Victorian, this stitched Victorian, to me. Sandra, I can't thank you enough because I absolutely love it. It came in the mail yesterday. She sent me this wonderful little card. And inside, she says this has traveled with her from Alaska to Minnesota to Texas. So it's been all over. She didn't know who the designer was. She didn't know anything about it. But I don't want it to, but let me show you what she sent me. Isn't it wonderful? This is Kimberly Crest Manor in Redlands, California. It's stitched on 14 count Aida. This may actually be a model. It's not signed and dated. I have no idea who stitched it. She doesn't either. She doesn't know who stitched it. The mat is gorgeous. Sorry about that reflection. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I'm going to hold this back here, and I'm going to put a picture here of the actual house. The actual Kimberly Crest Manor in Redlands, California. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Pretty good rendition, I think. So, I love it, Sandra. I love it. I am over the moon with this. It's breathtaking. Oh, thank you so much. I love it. I'm excited. I'm gonna find a frame, and Sandra, I will include a picture when I get that framed and on the wall. I'll include a picture so you can see it. Okay, I'll send you a picture. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I did a barter with Patience. Hi, Patience. Patience, West Virginia girl. She's way north state though. So she sent me a couple things in addition to our barter. She sent me Heart and Hand, ABC, Freedom for Me. I love Heart and Hand. And she also sent me Lavender and Lace 1997 Christmas Angel. And it's a chart. I can't show you, but you see. See? So thank you, Patience, for that. I love it. Okay. What else? I think that's it. plans. Okay, I'm going to stitch the other 300 stitches in Blessings Be Thine. The other homework prompt this week is stitch 300 stitches in a dark thread. We're still doing something with Dementors, apparently. I don't know. But 300 stitches in a dark thread, which is not a problem because I've got Sleepy Hollow. So that's going to get 300 more stitches this week. And I'm going to continue kitting up my Mania starts. I have half of them kitted up. I'm going to start, well, hopefully 14 and the 2 carryovers, hopefully. Worst case, 13, 3 carryovers. We'll see. But I'm going to continue kitting up my Mania. And I'm also gearing up for the 24 hours of cross stitch, which is tomorrow. Starts tomorrow at 4 p.m. Jen, Quirks and Stitches on FlossTube, and her mother are hosting the 24 hours of cross stitch. And it will start 4 o'clock Friday evening and go through 4 o'clock Saturday evening. So I will link that below. I'll link her channel below. She's got lots of details. If you want to participate in that with us, with Jen and her mom and all 1,500 of her closest friends, then please come and go watch her video, get the details, and join in the fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not committing to a certain number of hours, but I'm making sure I've got my chores done. I'm making sure I've got my laundry done. I'm making sure I've got something to put in the crock pot tomorrow. And I'm going to sit and I'm going to stitch. And I'm going to stitch and I'm going to stitch. I'm going to stitch as much as I can. And as long as I can. We have our group chat on Friday nights. Our virtual stitch with my friends and I. So that will take up a big chunk of it. So we always have fun and sit and stitch with each other. So that'll start it off wonderfully. So gearing up for that. Now, I have a slideshow at the end with some pictures that I took at the golf course. You are welcome to go and check out if you're not interested in project bags. I have some project bags this week I'd like to show you. So if you're not interested in bags, scooch forward and watch the slideshow if you want to. And I will see you on the 9th on my first FlossTube anniversary. Okay, I have some project bags if you are interested. My bags are $25. That includes shipping in the United States. They are US only, please. And it includes a beaded zipper finder. They're finders, not pulls, so don't be yanking on them. The way it works, my email's below. Email, not comment. Email me with your PayPal information and the bag that you're interested in if you're interested in a bag. If you're interested in more than one bag, email me with your order of preference. So if the first one's not available, I can move on down your list if you're interested in more than one. If the bag is available, I will send you a PayPal invoice. You pay that invoice and then I'll ship your bag. Your zipper finder will be in bubble wrap packed separately in the packing envelope in the corner, in the bottom. Be sure and find your zipper finder before you throw your packing envelope away. It's packed separate. I don't put them on the bags because I don't want it denting your vinyl. Okay? So I don't want it messing up your bag before it gets to you. So I pack those separately in bubble wrap and they're tucked in the corner of the bag. So do not throw your zipper finder away. So it's happened quite a few times. But okay, so that's how it works. Email me. We'll get together. Also, I have to say this right quick. A few weeks ago, I completely got turned around and discombobulated with who's requested bags. I have tried very hard to go back through and figure out what happened because usually I'm on top of it. Usually I'm organized. Usually I'm pretty much know who I'm making a bag for, when I'm making a bag for, but somehow, some way, I had an off week and I've completely lost it. So, if I have told you I was going to make you a bag, will you please email me again and remind me? Please. Please. Because some of you, I know I've got a handle on. Some of you have fallen through, and between my spam folder, between my the tons of junk mail that I get, tons of emails that I have lost my way. So the best thing I can do is start fresh. If I've told you I was going to make you a bag, please remind me, okay? Please. I'm terribly sorry that happened. But I'm human, and I got a little sideways. So email me if I told you I was going to make you a bag, and remind me what I was going to do for you, okay? Okay, let me show you what I have. These are in no particular order. I have a Paris bag, pretty lavender, a bicycle, pretty spring blooms. Inside is a lavender polka dot, and the finder is lavender crystal beads with an Eiffel Tower. So this is the Paris bag, very springy. All right, and the next one I have is a patriotic bag. This looks like boards. I love it. Rustic looking. So I've paired it with a navy interior, and the finder is red, white, and blue. It's got little flags and stars on it, and then a little star charm. So that's the patriotic bag. Apologize again for the glare. The vinyl's picking it up. Now I have an Easter bag. One Easter bag. It's bunnies. This time I paired him with this pretty soft green polka dot. And I love the way he lined up. Sometimes they line up really good with the zippers. Sometimes they don't. But he's got a green interior. He's got green, pink, and crystal beads with a little bunny charm. So that's the Easter bag. Okay. I have some floral bags. I have this blue rose. So soft and beautiful, so feminine. Paired it with a polka dot interior, same coordinating color. And then the binder is coordinating beads. These are little leaves. They look like marble. They've got the teal and the green. So that's blue rose. I've got a black rose bag. Pretty cream colored roses on a black background. And I paired it with the black and gold interior. It's got they're like little stars. And this finder, oh, this finder I love. It's got this vintagey looking heart and black and gold beads. Goldish cream, bronzy. Black rose. All right, I have this dolphin bag. The silver in it is kind of shimmery. You can't really see it, but it's a little shimmery. And I put the same fabric inside. And the finder is pretty. These beads change from blue to green. And it has crystal beads that look like bubbles and a dolphin. So that's the dolphin bag. Now this one, I made two different bags with different interiors. So the same outside, but different interiors. I made this one, pretty teal globes. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love this fabric. Now on the inside of this one, I chose to put this gold interior, like old world, you know, feel to it, like an old map. And this finder, okay, I had this airplane charm, but it's gold. the only gold lobster claws I have, because you can't find the 4 to 9 millimeter gold lobster claws. They're hard to find. Most of them are silver. The only gold lobster claw I had was a big one. I think it's 12 millimeter. So I did the finder with pretty blue and crystal beads. And I used a 12 millimeter, so you can actually use this as a scissor fob if you want to. Just on this one, just on this bag. That's the gold globe, okay? I also made the same fabric with this gorgeous soft blue interior. And this finder is blue, and it's got those bronzy beads again, and it's got a globe. So that's the blue globe. I also did the same thing with this one. I put 2 different interiors. This is a beautiful vintage teal and peach floral. I love it. It's so vintage. I paired this with a plain solid peach interior, and the finder has a peach bead, a blue bead, and a flower basket. So this is peach vintage. And then same fabric, different interior. It's got like a peachy marble. And this one has a flat peach bead and the little flower basket. So this is peach marble. Okay. I have this one. So colorful. Look at those little funky birds. Look at those birds. I love it. This one has a black and white polka dot interior. And I went ahead and put him on this one. Isn't he fabulous? Black and teal. The beads are his eye color, and then he gradiates down into that pretty green. So this is the, let's call this blue bird bag. Now I have this floral. This is like the one I made last week, or the last time you saw them. It's got little birds. And I'm pretty sure that I was supposed to make somebody one of these. I'm pretty sure, but I've got 2 of them. This one has orange inside and orange green with a little butterfly. So this is green birds. I made this one, this gorgeous blue and pink and all different color floral bag. Nancy, I have yours. I made 2 of these as well. One of them's Nancy's. That's what it looks like, Nancy. This one has a pink batik inside, pink and blue beads with a bow. So this is blue floral. And the last 2, same fabric, different interiors. It's this gorgeous quilted patchwork. And inside this one is black with gold. It has a heart made with love. This beautiful black marbled, it's got all the colors on it, black and crystal beads. So this is black patchwork. And then the last one I have, same patchwork fabric, but I picked up this color inside. So it has a solid burgundy and same beads with a different heart. So this one's burgundy patchwork. So that's what I have for you this week. If you're interested in a bag, like I said, email me and we'll make it happen. The other finders. My favorite part. Okay. Thank you for visiting with me. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for everything. And I will see you on my first FlossTube anniversary. I think it's Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday. So I will see you then. Until then, I hope you're having wonderful weather. I hope you're enjoying your spring. And I hope you're enjoying your stitches. Come play with us tomorrow evening. 24 hours of cross stitch. Till I see you again. Happy stitching. Oh, slideshow.